Dear student, welcome to EPG Pathshala. Today we study about a new topic that is atmospheric chemistry. So let's start with introduction. The Earth's atmosphere is a mixture of gases and aerosols, some of which may be in rather fixed proportion throughout the atmosphere, while some may vary in proportion depending on altitude and region. The layer of the atmosphere in which its gaseous composition is generally uniform, does not change with altitude, is called as homosphere, and extends up to an altitude of 80 kilometer. At altitudes beyond 80 kilometer, the chemical constituents of air change significantly with height, and hence that layer is known as heterosphere. Nitrogen by far is the most abundant of the all gases present in Earth's atmosphere. About 3.5 times less than that of nitrogen is the quantum of oxygen. Gas in atmosphere, and these two gases comprises about 99% of dry air volume. Within the rest, about 1% many different gases and non-gaseous constituents are accommodated, and some of which, like methane and carbon dioxide, are known to produce huge influence on our planet through chain of events starting with the rise of temperature. Next is chemical composition of the Earth's atmosphere. First one is nitrogen. Nitrogen gas constitutes 78% by volume of atmosphere. Nitrogen in its native form is inert. However, it can be converted into nitrites and nitrates during nitrogen cycle. Ammonification and denitrification during this cycle converts these nitrogenous compounds back to ammonia and then nitrogen. Second one is oxygen. It occupies 21% of volume of atmosphere. It plays a major role in respiration and combustion. Third one is argon. It is an inert gas that occupies about 1% of by volume of atmosphere. Next one is most important, carbon dioxide. This gas occupies 0.038%, that is 376 ppm of the atmosphere. The concentration of this gas has been rising since the last century due to enhanced anthropogenic activities. It is also a potent greenhouse gas since it traps long wave solar radiation. The turnover time of oxygen in the atmosphere is 4 years. Third one is trace elements. This includes various elements and compounds in varying proportion such as water vapor, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon monoxide, ozone, chlorofluorocarbons, methane, dust and other particulate matter. Water vapor is also a potent greenhouse gas, the constituents of which varies in the atmosphere with residence time of 11 days. Sulfur dioxide and nitrogen dioxide are byproducts of fossil fuel combustion and automobile exhausts. They can lead to formation of nitric acid and sulfuric acid in the atmosphere, thus contributing to acid rain. Reactions taking place in Earth's atmosphere. In troposphere, weather-related phenomenon occur in troposphere. In stratosphere, reactions occurring in stratosphere are N2O react to photon to produce nitrogen and oxygen molecule. Then N2O react with these free oxygen molecule to produce nitric oxide. Then N2O react with ozone to produce nitrogen dioxide and oxygen molecule. In mesosphere, the following reaction take place where water vapor react with photon to produce hydroxide radical and hydrogen. These hydrogen react to oxygen to produce then hydroxy radical. In thermosphere, this layer is characterized by the following reactions where nitrogen react to oxygen to produce nitric oxide, then and nitrogen react to these nitric oxide to produce nitrogen and free oxygen molecule. Next is the photochemical reactions in atmosphere. The most significant feature of atmospheric chemistry is the occurrence of photochemical reactions resulting from the absorption by molecules of light of photons. One of the most significant photochemical reactions is the one responsible for the presence of ozone in the stratosphere, which is initiated when oxygen absorbs highly energetic ultraviolet radiation in the wavelength range of 135 to 176 nanometers and 240 to 260 nanometer in the stratosphere. The oxygen atoms produced by the photochemical dissociation of oxygen molecule react with oxygen molecules to produce ozone, where AM is the third body such as molecules of nitrogen which absorbs excess energy from the reaction. The ozone that is formed is very effective in absorbing ultraviolet radiation in the 220 to 330 nanometer wavelength range, which causes the temperature increase observed in the stratosphere. Next is the smog formation. Smoke is recognized as a major air pollution problem in many areas of the world in the presence of ultraviolet light, hydrocarbons and nitrogen oxides. However, originally this term was used to describe the unpleasant combination of smoke and fog. Together with sulfur dioxide in the city of London, the term smog is generally used to denote a photochemically oxidized atmosphere. Since sulfur dioxide is a reducing compound, therefore, such smog is a reducing smog or sulfurous smog. Further, automobiles are a major source of hydrocarbons and nitrogen oxides, the principal components that help in smoke formation. Next is the hydrocarbons and photochemical smoke. The most abundant hydrocarbon in the atmosphere is methane, released from underground sources as natural gas and produced by the fermentation of organic matter. Methane is one of the least reactive atmospheric hydrocarbons and is produced by diffuse sources, so that its participation in the formation of pollutant photochemical reactions products is minimal. The most significant atmospheric pollutant hydrocarbons are the reactive ones produced as automobile exhaust emissions. In the presence of nitric oxide under conditions of temperature inversion, low humidity and sunlight, these hydrocarbons produce undesirable photochemical smoke manifested by the presence of particulate matter, ozone and aldehyde. Next is the mechanism of smoke formation. In atmospheres that receive hydrocarbons and nitric oxide pollution accompanied by intense sunlight and stagnant air masses, oxidants tend to form. The primary oxidant in the atmosphere is ozone. Other atmospheric oxidants include H2O2, organic peroxides, organic hydroperoxides, peroxyacetyl nitrate such as peroxyacetyl nitrate, peroxyacetyl nitrate and related compounds containing these moieties such as peroxybenzoyl nitrate are produced photochemically in atmospheres containing alkenes and NOx. Smogy atmospheres show characteristic variation with the time of day in level of nitric oxide, nitrogen dioxide, hydrocarbons, aldehydes and oxidants. After sunrise, the level of nitric oxide in the atmosphere decreases, while that of nitrogen dioxide rises. During midday, the levels of aldehydes and oxidants become relatively high. The concentration of total hydrocarbons in the atmosphere peaks sharply in the morning, then decreases during the remaining daylight hours. Further, disappearance of alkenes and other hydrocarbons was much more rapid than could be explained by their relatively slow reactions with ozone and free oxygen molecule. These anomalies are explained by chain reactions involving the interconversion of nitric oxide and nitrogen dioxide, the oxidation of hydrocarbons and the generation of reactive intermediates, particularly hydroxyl radical. The time variations in the levels of hydrocarbons, ozone, nitric oxide and nitrogen dioxide are explained by the following overall reactions. First one is the primary photochemical reactions producing oxygen atom, that is nitrogen dioxide react with photon above 420 nanometer to produce nitric dioxide and free oxygen molecule. Second one is reactions involving oxygen species, where M is an energy absorbing third body. These reactions, oxygen molecule react with M to produce ozone. Then these ozone molecule react with nitric oxide to produce nitrogen dioxide and oxygen molecule. Because the latter reaction is rapid, the concentration of ozone remains low until that of nitric oxide falls to a low value. Automotive emissions of nitric dioxide tend to keep ozone concentrations low along freeways. Third one is production of organic free radicals from hydrocarbons. Other product, that is free radical, is a free radical which may or may not contain oxygen. Fourth one is chain propagation, branching and termination by a variety of reactions such as the following. Nitric oxide react with free radical to produce nitrogen dioxide and other product, that is PAN. The latter kind of reactions is the most common chain terminating process in smoke because nitrogen dioxide is a stable free radical present at high concentration. Chains may terminate also by reactions of free radicals with nitric oxide or by reactions of two free radicals. Although relatively low concentrations of radicals compared to molecular species make the latter uncommon, a large number of specific reactions are involved in the overall scheme for the formation of photochemical smoke. The formation of atomic oxygen by a primary photochemical reaction leads to several reactions involving oxygen and nitrogen oxide species, where free oxygen and oxygen molecule react with M to produce ozone, and then nitric oxide react with M to produce nitrogen dioxide. Again, free oxygen react to nitrogen dioxide to produce nitric oxide. Then ozone react to nitric oxide to produce nitrogen dioxide. Then free oxygen and nitrogen dioxide react with M to produce nitrogen trioxide. Then ozone again react to nitrogen dioxide to produce nitrogen trioxide plus oxygen molecule. There are a number of significant atmospheric reactions involving nitrogen oxides, water, nitrous oxide and nitric acid. Nitrogen trioxide react to nitrogen dioxide to produce N2O5. Then N2O5 produce nitrogen trioxide and nitrogen dioxide. Then these nitrogen trioxide to react with nitric oxide to produce two molecules of nitrogen dioxide. Then N2O5 react to water vapor to produce HNO3. Very reactive hydroxyl radicals can be formed by the reactions of excited atomic oxygen with water, oxygen free radical plus water vapor to produce two molecule of hydroxyl radical by photodissociation of hydrogen peroxides or by the photolysis of nitrous acid. Among the inorganic species with which the hydroxyl radical reacts are oxides of nitrogen and carbon monoxide, where hydroxyl radical react to nitrogen dioxide to produce nitric acid. Then hydroxyl radical to react with nitric oxide to produce HNO2. Then carbon monoxide react to hydroxyl radical plus oxygen molecule to produce carbon dioxide or free hydroxyl radical. The last reaction is significant in that it is responsible for the disappearance of much atmospheric carbon monoxide, and because it produces the hydroperoxide radical. One of the major inorganic reactions of the hydroperoxide radical is the oxidation of nitric oxide to produce nitrogen dioxide. For purely inorganic systems, kinetic calculations and experimental measurements can not explain the rapid transformation of nitric oxide to nitrogen dioxide that occurs in atmosphere undergoing photochemical smoke of formation, and predict that the concentration of nitrogen dioxide should remain very low. However, in the presence of reactive hydrocarbons, nitrogen dioxide accumulates very rapidly, beginning with photodissociation. It may be concluded, therefore, that the organic compounds from species which react with nitric oxide directly rather than with nitrogen dioxide. When alkane hydrocarbons react with free molecule of oxygen, ozone or hydroxy radical, reactive oxygenated organic radicals are produced. Alkenes are much more reactive, undergoing reactions with hydroxyl radical, very rapid oxidation products. Radical adduct where R may be one of a number of hydrocarbon moieties or an hydrogen atom with oxygen atoms. These oxidation products react with ozone to form primary ozonoid aromatic hydrocarbons. Argon may also react with oxygen and hydroxyl radical. Addition reactions of aromatics with hydroxyl radical are favored. The product of the reactions of benzene with hydroxyl radical is phenol. Hydroxyl radical, which reacts with some hydrocarbons at rates that are almost diffusion controlled, is the predominant reactant in early stage of smoke formation. Significant contributions are made by hydroxy peroxyl radical and ozone after smoke formation is well underway. One of the most important reaction sequences in the smoke formation process begins with the abstraction of by hydroxyl radical of a hydrogen atom from a hydrocarbon and leads to the oxidation of nitric acid to nitrogen dioxide as follows. The alkyl radical reacts with oxygen to produce a peroxyl radical. This strongly oxidizing species very effectively oxidize nitric oxide to nitrogen dioxide. This explains the conversion of nitric oxide to nitrogen dioxide in an atmosphere in which the latter is undergoing photodissociation. The alkoxyl radical product is not stable as compared to hydroperoxide radical. In cases where the oxygen atom is attached to a carbon atom that is also bonded to hydrogen, a carbonyl compound is likely to be formed. The rapid production of photosensitive carbonyl compounds from alkoxyl radicals is an important stimulant for further atmospheric photochemical reactions. In the absence of extractable hydrogen, cleavage of a radical containing the carbonyl group occurs. And the reaction that can lead to the oxidation of nitric oxide is of following type. Hydroperoxide radical and nitric oxide react to oxygen to produce a free hydroxyl radical and nitrogen dioxide and by carbon dioxide. Peroxyacyl nitrates are highly significant air pollutants formed by an addition reactions with nitrogen dioxide. When R is the methyl group, the product is peroxyacetyl nitrate, although is thermally unstable. Peroxyacetyl nitrate does not undergo photolysis rapidly, reacts only slow with hydroxyl radical and has a low water solubility. Therefore, the major pathway by which it is lost from the atmosphere is thermal decomposition. Alkyl nitrates and alkyl nitrites may be formed by the reactions of alkoxyl radical with nitrogen dioxide and nitric oxide respectively. Addition reactions with nitrogen dioxide such as these are important in terminating the reaction chains involved in smoke formation, since nitrogen dioxide is involved both in the chain initiation step and the chain termination step. Moderate reductions in NOx emissions alone may not curtail smoke formation and in some circumstances may even increase it. The reaction of oxygen with alkoxyl radicals produces hydroperoxyl radical. Peroxyl radical can react with one another to produce reactive hydrogen peroxide, alkoxyl radicals and hydroxyl radicals. Next is the nitrate radical. First observed in the troposphere in 1980, nitrate radical nitrogen trioxide is now recognized as being an important atmospheric chemical species, especially at night. This species is formed by the reaction and exists in equilibrium with nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen dioxide react to ozone molecule to produce nitrogen trioxide and oxygen molecule. Then nitrogen dioxide react to nitrogen trioxide to produce N2O5. Where M is the energy absorbing third body, levels of nitrogen trioxide remain low during daylight. Typically, with a lifetime at noon of only about 5 seconds because of the following two dissociation reactions. That is, nitrogen trioxide react with photon about 700 nanometer to produce nitric oxide and oxygen molecule. Then nitrogen trioxide react with photon above 580 nanometer to produce nitrogen dioxide. Nitrogen trioxide is responsible for much of the atmospheric chemistry that occurs at night. The nitrate radical acts across the double bonds in alkenes, leading to the formation of reactive radical species that participate in smoke formation. Next is the photolyzable compounds in the atmosphere. It may be useful at this time to review the types of compounds capable of undergoing photolysis in the troposphere and thus initiating chain reaction. Under most tropospheric conditions, the most important of these reaction is nitrogen dioxide react with photon about 420 nanometer to produce nitric oxide and free oxygen molecule. In relatively polluted atmospheres, the next most important photodissociation reaction is that of carbonyl compounds, particularly formaldehyde. Peroxide photodissociates to produce two hydroxyl radical. Finally, organic peroxides may be formed and subsequently dissociate by the following reaction, starting with peroxyl radical and hydroxyl radical. It should be noted that each of the last three photochemical reactions gives rise to two free radical species per photon absorbed. Ozone undergoes photochemical dissociation to produce excited oxygen atoms at wavelengths less than 315 nanometer. These atoms may react with water vapor to produce hydroxyl radical. Next is the inorganic product from smoke. Two major classes of inorganic products from smoke are sulfates and nitrates. Inorganic sulfates and nitrates along with sulfur and nitrogen oxides can contribute to acidic precipitation, corrosion and adverse health effect. Although the oxidation of sulfur dioxide to sulfate species is relatively slow in clean atmosphere, it is much faster under smoky condition. During severe photochemical smoke conditions, oxidation rates of 5 to 10% per hour may occur, as compared to only a fraction of a percent per hour under normal atmospheric conditions. Thus, sulfur dioxide exposed to smoke can produce very high local concentrations of sulfate, which can aggravate already bad atmospheric conditions. Several oxidants species in smoke can oxidize sulfur dioxide. Among these oxidants are ozone, nitrogen trioxide and N2O5, as well as reactive radical species, particularly hydroxyl radical and free oxygen atom. The two major primary reactions are oxygen transfer or addition, that is, sulfur dioxide react to free oxygen atom or free radicals to produce sulfur trioxide. Then sulfur trioxide is converted into sulfuric acid or sulfates, and an example is hydroxyl adds to sulfur dioxide to form a reactive species which can further react with oxygen, nitrogen oxides or other species of yield sulfates. Other sulfur compounds are compounds of nitrogen. Next one is the effect of smoke. The harmful effects of smoke can be summarized as following. First one is human health and comfort. Ozone produced during smoke causes coughing, wheezing, bronchial constriction and irritation to the respiratory mucous system in individuals. In addition, oxidants such as peroxyacyl nitrates and aldehydes found in smoke are irritants. Second is damage to materials. Materials such as polymers and rubber are adversely affected by smoke components. Rubber has a high affinity for ozone and causes cracking and aging of rubber by oxidizing and breaking double bonds in the polymer. Third one is effects on the atmosphere. Various organic compounds and particulate matter, that is aerosols, are produced from smoke. The organic compounds chiefly include organic acids, alcohols, aldehydes, ketones, esters, and organic nitrates. Aerosol particles are known to affect the visibility of the atmosphere during smoke formation. Fourth one is toxicity to plants. The three major oxidants involved in smoke are ozone, PAN, and nitrogen oxides. Of these, PAN has the highest toxicity to plants, attacking younger leaves and causing bronzing and glazing of their surfaces. Nitrogen oxides occur at relatively high concentration during smoky conditions, but their toxicity to plants is relatively low. Alkyl hydroperoxides occur at low levels under smoky conditions, causing adverse genetic effects such as DNA damage. Alkyl hydroperoxides are formed under smoky conditions by the reaction of alkyl peroxide radical with hydroperoxide radical, as shown for the formation of methyl hydroperoxide below. The low toxicity of nitrogen oxides, PAN, hydroperoxides, and other oxidants present in smoke render ozone as greatest threat to plants under smoky condition. In the last, we concluded that thus at the end of the module, you shall have gained an understanding about the following and would be able to answer questions related to the structure and composition of the atmosphere, thermochemical and photochemical reactions occurring in the atmosphere, mechanism of smoke formation, sources, causes and effect of smoke. Thank you.